What is up, AfterBuzzers? I'm Emma Fyffe. I'm here at day 0 of Anime Expo with one of the guests of honor, Ben Diskin. How are you, Ben?
Good. How's it going?
Doing well. Let's just talk about you. Let's talk about your life a little bit. So you were a child actor, is that correct?
That is correct.
And then you made the transition into voice acting. Was that sort of a natural transition, or was that like an active choice that you made?
It was never really an active choice I made. My parents put me into the industry when I was a zygote. So I've been doing this forever, but when I was like 6, my agent was just like, hey, you can speak, right? Yeah. I'll go say these words. I love McDonald's. Trademark. And yes, and then sure. And then it was like, great, good job. And I started booking little tiny voiceover roles. And then it became its own thing. And I went, oh, this is an actual industry unto itself, and this is really cool, and I like it. And and it turned into a career. And then I went, oh, well, that on-camera stuff, I don't want to do that anymore. I just like talking into a microphone like this.
Oh, Kindergarten Cop was enough for you with on-screen performances?
That was what made me go, I don't want to do any more of this ever again. I got followed around the schoolyard and was bullied for it. So I was just like, I don't need this crap. I can just do cartoon shows? What? Oh, okay, I'll do that instead. That's a lot more fun.
Awesome. Now, was Hey Arnold like your first major sort of voiceover role in a cartoon series? I assume you probably, as most people do, started doing commercials and things like that.
Yeah. So not counting that stuff. No, my first cartoon show was a show called Problem Child. It was based on like do you remember those movies?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So like that was like the first time I actually got to be in a cartoon, and I was like, oh, this is neat. Okay, cool. But Hey Arnold was like the first like big like deal where like everybody was watching that. I'm like, oh wow, cool. Okay, this is kind of neat. And Hey Arnold was awesome. That was great because it was all like real kids doing the real voices. So it was like an entire room full of kids screwing around the entire time.
No, I remember that, seeing the promos for Hey Arnold when I was a kid and going, oh, the whole cast is actually children. It's not adults doing the voice of children, which was very novel for the time. I think it's becoming a little more common practice nowadays. But so you've done both like Western style animation as well as dubbing anime and also a lot of video games. Obviously, with Western style animation, you record ahead of time and then they animate it. Did you find it challenging to transition into doing dubs?
Yes, because I didn't know how the heck it worked. I got hired for this show called Blood Plus. It was the first anime I ever did. I auditioned for the role of 2 of them. One of them was like the sexy male lead, and that went to Crispin Freeman. I know. What? He never books those. Never. No. So and the other one was like the brother of the protagonist, who's like this vampire. So she's like this super powerful god, and I'm like this like regular dude. I'm like, oh, my character's gonna get killed. Cool, that's great. He's gonna die in like the first 3 episodes. I'll get to have a little experience. Yeah. Yay! Turns out he's in all 50 episodes. And I'm like, oh, he's a main character. Oh. And so I had to learn how to dub by doing the show. So that was neat. I found out how the ADR beeps work, and like, oh, I have to have timing and rhythm for this. Okay, all right. But no, we just kind of got into a groove with that show, and I just went, oh, okay, this makes sense. I've played some clarinet before. That counts. It's a little bit of music in me. So no, it hasn't been too hard. It's just been sort of like a different feel, but it's the same kind of thing. Yeah.
Now, with getting to dub a lot of anime and video games, were you a fan of any of the franchises that you eventually got to work on?
Yes. I was a fan of Digimon, yes. And so now I am one of the main characters and one of the side characters in the new one. So I get to be Shoutmon from Digimon Fusion. And his little friend Cutmon. And it's really fun. It's really good to be like, oh boy, I get to be in that show that I liked as a kid. Yay. Yeah.
That's awesome. And of course, you do play a fair number of villains as well. Do you prefer playing villains to heroes?
I love villains so much. Oh, villains are the best because they're the most interesting. The heroes are always cool, and I like them, and it's fun. But I like being an absolute B word. Bad person. I don't sense
bad human. Yeah, we'll try to keep it.
Keep the language a little bit. Okay,
yeah, we like to try to keep it family friendly.
Male dog. Anyway, yes. So I like doing that. It's fun. It's fun to be a jerk.
And I saw on your IMDb, and we know how IMDb goes. Can you confirm or deny that you are going to be playing young Xehanort again in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Unfortunately, everything that is Kingdom Hearts related is under a non-disclosure agreement. So, like, even if I'm not in the game, I can't say, no, I'm not in the game. Or, oh, yeah, I am. I can't do any of that stuff. So I'm just I'm tied on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I find that tends to be the case with a lot of voice actors. Now, do you have anything that you're working on that you are allowed to talk about?
No.
I was going to say, your face is saying no.
And so is my mouth. No, I got nothing. No, it's that thing where it's like, it's always like, oh, this is a really cool project. Oh, there's this neat video game that's coming out soon that a lot of people are excited for, and I'd really like to tell people I'm in it, but I can't.
You just can't.
So, no. Sorry.
That's okay, Ben. We still like you. And I must say, as a Sailor Moon fan, as evidenced, of course, by my dress.
Have they seen your dress?
Oh, well, they saw it if they watched. I wore it on an episode of the Sailor Moon Crystal after show, which I do at AfterBuzz. But yeah, it's got Luna and Artemis all over it, and Ben is the voice of Umino in the new Sailor Moon. So you must have found it to be a real natural transition then in the episode where he was a bad guy for an episode.
Yes, I think there's been 2 now where he's been like a bad guy. When he was like just a jerk, then he was like a pervert or something. He's been a lot of horrible people in that show.
And who could forget Tuxedo Umino Mask?
Yes, Tuxedo Umino Mask will save you, Naru.
Well, thank you so much, Ben. Are you on the internet? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Benjamin Diskin. You can find me on Facebook at, I think it's Ben Diskin Official, facebook.com/Ben Diskin Official. And you can just find me trolling various Kingdom Hearts fan sites. Yay, because I'm mean like that.
Thanks again, Ben. You were awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. We'll have lots more coming from Anime Expo, so be sure to check out our whole playlist of video uploads. It's going to be great.